Fan theories take over. Wang and Shen Yue's next project could change everything. The world of television and film is no stranger to speculation, but every once in a while, a pair of stars sparks a frenzy unlike anything seen before. That is exactly what is happening right now with Wang and Shen Yue. Fans across the globe are holding their breath, waiting for confirmation of the duo's next project. But in the meantime, the theories swirling around are so wild and yet so believable that they almost feel like secrets accidentally slipped through the cracks. Imagine it for a moment. A casting announcement drops out of nowhere. The screen lights up with their names side by side once again. Instantly, entire fan forums crash from the sheer volume of excited comments. The air practically vibrates with energy. Could this be the reunion everyone has been waiting for, or will they surprise us with a story no one ever dared to predict? One of the most talked about possibilities is a sweeping historical epic set in an era of grandeur and hidden intrigue. Picture Shen Yue in delicate robes flowing as she walks through a candle-lit palace hall, her eyes searching the shadows for answers she cannot find. Wang steps into frame clad in armor, his presence both commanding and vulnerable. Their characters are on opposite sides of a brewing conflict, yet bound by an unspoken connection that neither time nor duty can erase. Fans are already sketching out entire plotlines. Some imagine them as star-crossed lovers separated by court politics. Others believe Dylan could portray a general forced to choose between loyalty to his emperor and devotion to a woman who changes the course of his destiny. The visual alone is enough to make hearts race. The echo of footsteps in a moonlit courtyard, the sound of a single whisper carrying more weight than 1,000 proclamations. Then comes a theory that feels like a complete reversal, yet equally tantalizing. What if instead of an ancient tale they dive headfirst into a modern romantic comedy brimming with charm and unexpected humor? Imagine Shen Yue as a bold journalist who always manages to stumble into the most chaotic situations while Dylan portrays a guarded entrepreneur who hides his softer side behind polished walls of perfection. The scenes practically write themselves. Shen Yue barges into a boardroom meeting by mistake, flustered yet determined to hold her ground. Dylan's character looks at her with that signature mix of annoyance and curiosity before realizing this stranger might be the only one unafraid to challenge him. Fans imagine rooftop confessions under neon lights, coffee shop encounters that spiral into banter-filled debates, and of course that one unforgettable moment where they realize they are no longer playing roles in a comedy, but in the truest romance of their lives. Another rumor that refuses to fade is the possibility of a psychological thriller, something so intense it could redefine both of their careers. In this version, Shen Yue portrays a young woman uncovering layers of deception in a city where every truth feels like a mirage. Dylan enters as a mysterious figure who seems to know more than he reveals, appearing at just the right time, yet leaving behind questions that gnaw at the edges of sanity. Fans have crafted theories of hidden diaries discovered in abandoned apartments, of fleeting glances in subway stations where silence says more than words, of nights drenched in rain where reality and illusion blur. The idea of seeing the two stars in such a dark, enigmatic narrative sends chills through the fandom, proving that their chemistry could thrive even in the most haunting of genres. It is not just about another project. It is about timing, growth, and the undeniable energy these two bring when they share the screen. Over the years, both Dylan and Shen Yue have evolved, stepping into roles that challenged them and shaped their artistry. The thought of them reuniting now, with greater maturity and depth, suggests that whatever story they choose will not just entertain but resonate on a whole new level. Fans sense this too. Online discussions are filled with words like destiny and once in a lifetime. Theories are no longer confined to wishful thinking but to detailed predictions written like professional scripts. Some fans even storyboard their imagined scenes, pairing them with music tracks that could score an entire season. Perhaps the most fascinating part of all this is the silence. Neither Dylan nor Shen Yue has confirmed anything yet, and that silence is powerful. Every photo posted on social media is dissected. Every public appearance is analyzed for hints. When one smiles during an unrelated interview, fans immediately connect it to the possibility of their reunion. The lack of denial only fuels the theories further.
So, what is next?
Will it be a sweeping historical tale of love and war, a lighthearted rom-com filled with laughter, or a chilling thriller that leaves us gasping? The truth is still hidden behind the curtain, but the excitement is already larger than life. What makes this moment extraordinary is not just the potential project itself, but the way the fandom has united, building entire worlds of possibility out of fragments and whispers. It feels less like waiting for an announcement and more like standing at the edge of a cinematic revelation. And when the day finally arrives, when the project is unveiled, the world will not simply watch a new show or film. They will witness the next chapter of a story that fans themselves helped keep alive through passion, creativity, and unshakable belief in the magic Wang and Shen create together. Until then, the theories will continue, the speculation will grow, and the anticipation will only become more electric. For now, all we can do is imagine the scenes that take our breath away, knowing that when reality finally meets expectation, it may very well surpass even the wildest dreams. The anticipation has only grown since whispers of Wang and Shen Yue's next collaboration first hit the internet. Fans across continents are restless, refreshing timelines, dissecting interviews, and zooming into photos hoping for even the smallest clue. The beauty of this moment is not simply in what is known but in the space between certainty and mystery, a space filled with stories so vivid that they already feel real. Some of the most passionate fans have begun crafting entire storyboards of what this next project might look like. They imagine Dylan in the role of a brooding musician, sitting at a weathered piano in an abandoned concert hall, his face lit only by the fractured sunlight spilling through broken windows. Shen Yue appears not as a romantic counterpart in the obvious sense, but as a character whose life is inexplicably intertwined with his music. In one imagined scene, she stumbles upon his haunting melody echoing through the hall and pauses in the doorway, her breath catching as though she recognizes a piece of her own story within the song. The air in that moment feels heavy, fragile, and unforgettable, like the entire world has gone quiet to listen. Others are convinced the project will be an international story, one that takes place across cities from Paris to New York to Shanghai. The idea of Dylan and Shen Yue filming in Europe has sent speculation soaring. Fans picture them walking along rain-soaked cobblestone streets, their characters chasing fragments of a mystery hidden in old libraries and tucked-away cafes. Imagine Shen Yue holding a faded letter discovered in a forgotten archive, while Dylan stands outside, watching her through the glass, the reflection of passing cars casting flickers of light across his face. Every detail carries weight. Every glance feels like a secret waiting to be uncovered. Then there is the theory that feels almost too daring to be true, a science fiction drama that bends time itself. Fans sketch out scenes of Dylan as a traveler caught between worlds and Shen Yue as the one person tethering him to reality. They imagine a moment where he steps through a shimmering portal, his silhouette dissolving into golden light, only for Shen Yue to reach out and pull him back with a single desperate plea. The fandom speaks of starry skies stretching endlessly above them, of clocks shattering in slow motion, of a love story that refuses to obey the rules of time. For many, this theory is not just exciting but destiny, the kind of narrative only two actors with undeniable chemistry could carry. The wildest speculation comes from so-called insider leaks claiming that the project will not be a traditional drama at all, but something experimental, blending film and series, blurring the line between performance and reality. According to these rumors, the production will weave behind-the-scenes footage with scripted scenes, creating a story that feels half documentary and half fiction. Imagine watching Dylan and Shen Yue act out a scripted confrontation while real crew members hover just outside the frame, the camera deliberately refusing to cut as emotions spill over in ways that make audiences wonder what is real and what is part of the act. The idea alone has sparked feverish debates online, with fans saying such a project could break the boundaries of storytelling itself. Even beyond the stories, fans are painting entire emotional landscapes. They describe the soundtracks that could accompany these imagined scenes, everything from soft piano chords that echo long after the notes fade to thunderous orchestral swells that match the rising tension. They picture Dylan standing on a rooftop at dawn, the city below wrapped in fog, as Shen Yue walks toward him with the kind of determination that suggests everything will change with the next line of dialogue. They imagine camera shots panning slowly across their faces, lingering just long enough to capture the hesitation in a glance, the unspoken words caught between them. In North America, the discussions take on a distinctly cinematic flavor. Fans in the United States speculate that Netflix or another global platform will seize the chance to stream the project, opening the door to millions of new viewers who may be discovering Dylan and Shen Yue for the very first time. In Canada, the fan communities speak of how perfectly the rumored scripts fit into the trend of heartfelt yet visually stunning dramas that appeal across cultures. And in Europe, the buzz is all about the possibility of location shoots, with fans from London to Rome hoping to catch even a glimpse of filming in their streets. The global nature of the theories speaks volumes, proving that this is no longer just a local fandom moment, but a worldwide phenomenon. What makes part 2 of this story so captivating is the sense that reality itself is bending to meet the energy of the fans. The speculation has taken on a life of its own, so detailed and so impassioned that it almost feels like a parallel world is unfolding, one in which Dylan and Shen Yue are already stepping into their next roles. Whether the truth aligns with these theories or not no longer matters as much as the sheer creativity and collective excitement of the people who believe in them. And still there is the silence. Neither Dylan nor Shen Yue has broken it, and that silence is louder than any announcement. It stretches like a thread across continents, binding fans together in anticipation. Every passing day, without confirmation, only adds fuel to the fire. The fandom has turned waiting into an art form, filling the space with vivid dreams that make the actual reveal feel destined to be unforgettable. When the curtain finally rises and the truth is revealed, the world will not simply see a new drama, a new film, or even a new genre experiment. They will see a moment that was shaped not only by two extraordinary actors, but by the voices and imaginations of millions who kept the possibility alive. And perhaps that is the most powerful story of all, that long before cameras roll or scripts are finalized, Dylan Wang and Shen Yue have already created something timeless in the hearts of their fans.